All right, today's a big day. Day 100. We got triple digits today.
Whoop whoop.
Yup, whoop whoop. And we got 1 Samuel 9 through 12. So that's 9, 10, 11, and 12. That is 4 chapters today. Let's get to it. 1 Samuel chapter 9. And there was a man of Benjamin whose name was Kish, son of Abiel, son of Serer, son of Becherath, son of Aphiah, a Benjamite, a mighty man of power. And he had a son whose name was Shaul, young and handsome. And there was not a more handsome man than he among the children of Israel, taller than any of the people by the shoulders and upwards. And the donkeys of Kish, father of Shaul, were lost. And Kish said to his son Shaul, "Please take one of the servants with you, and arise, go seek the donkeys." And he passed through the mountains of Ephraim and through the land of Shalisha, but they did not find them. Then they passed through the land of Sha'alim, but they were not. Then he passed through the land of the Benjamites, but they did not find them. They came to the land of Suf, and Shaul said to his servant who was with him, "Come, let us turn back, lest my father forgets about the donkeys and become worried about us." And he said to him, "See, there is in this city a man of Elohim, and the man is esteemed. All that he says comes true without fail. Now let us go there. It could be that he shows us the way to go." And Shaul said to his servant, "But look, if we go, what do we bring the man? For the bread in our bags is all gone, and there is no present to bring to the man of Elohim. What do we have?" And the servant answered Shaul again and said, "Look, I have here at hand 1/4 of a shekel of silver. And I shall give that to the man of Elohim, and he shall make known to us our way." Formerly in Yisrael, when a man went to inquire of Elohim, he spoke thus, "Come, let us go to the seer." For the Nabi, which is a prophet, for the Nabi of today was formerly called a seer. Formerly called a seer. And Shaul said to his servant, "Your word is good. Come, let us go." And they went to the city where the man of Elohim was. As they went up the hill to the city, they met some young women going out to draw water, and said to them, "Is the seer here?" And they answered them and said, "He is. Look ahead of you. Hurry now, for he came to the city today, for the people have an offering on the high place today. As you come into the city, you are going to find him before he goes up to the high place to eat. For the people do not eat until he comes, for he barak the slaughtering," which means he blesses the slaughtering. "Afterward, they who are invited eat. And now go up, for you should find him about this time." And they went up into the city, and they were coming into the midst of the city, and saw Shemuel coming out toward them to go up to the high place. Excuse me. And Yahuwah had revealed to Shemuel in his ear the day before Shaul came, saying, "At this time tomorrow I shall send you a man from the land of Benjamin, and you shall anoint him leader over my people Yisrael, and he shall save my people from the hand of the Pelishtites. For I For I have seen my people, because their cry has come to me." And when Shemuel saw Shaul, Yahuwah said to him, "See the man of whom I spoke to you, let this one govern my people." And Shaul drew near to Shemuel in the gate and said, "Please inform me, where is the house of the seer?" And Shemuel answered Shaul and said, "I am the seer. Go up before me to the high place, for you shall eat with me today. And tomorrow I shall let you go and make known to you all that is in your heart. As for your donkeys that were lost 3 days ago, do not lay your heart on them, for they have been found. And on whom is all the desire of Yisrael? Is it not on you and on all your father's house?" And Shaul answered and said, "Am I not a Benjamite of the smallest of the tribes of Israel, and my clan the least of all the clans of the tribe of Benjamin? Why then do you speak like this to me?" And Shemuel took Shaul and his servant, and brought them into the hall, and gave to them a place at the head of those who were invited, and they were about 30 men. And Shemuel said to the cook, "Bring the portion which I gave you, of which I told you to put it aside." And the cook brought out the thigh with its upper part, and put it before Shaul. And Shemuel said, "See, what was kept back? It was put aside for you. Eat, for it has been kept for you for this appointed time," saying, "I have invited the people." And Shaul ate with Shemuel on that day. And they came down from the high place into the city, and Shemuel spoke with Shaul on the roof. And they rose early, and it came to be about the dawning of the day that Shemuel called to Shaul on the roof, saying, "Rise, so that I send you on your way." And Shaul rose, and both of them went outside, he and Shemuel. As they were walking toward the edge of the city, Shemuel said to Shaul, "Say to the servant to go on ahead of us." And he went on. "But you stand here a moment, so that I let you hear the word of Elohim." Chapter 10. And Shemuel took a flask of oil and poured it on his head and kissed him and said, Is it not because Yahuwah has anointed you leader over his inheritance? When you leave me today, you shall find 2 men by Rahel's tomb in the border of Benjamin at Seltza. And they shall say to you, The donkeys which you went to look for have been found. And see, your father has left the matters of the donkeys and is worrying about you, saying, What shall I do for my son? And you shall pass on from there and beyond, and shall come up to the terebinth tree of Tabor. And 3 men going up to Elohim at Beth-el shall find you there, one bearing 3 young goats, another bearing 3 loaves of bread, and another bearing a skin of wine. And they shall greet you and give you 2 loaves of bread, which you shall accept from their hand. After that, go to the hill of Elohim, where the Pelishite watchpost is. And it shall be, when you have come there to the city, that you shall meet a group of Nebiim, which are prophets, coming down from the high place with a stringed instrument, and a tambourine, and a flute, and a lyre before them, and they naba, which means they prophesy. And the Ruah, which is the spirit of Yahuwah, shall come upon you, and you shall naba with them, and be turned into another man. And it shall be, when these signs come to you, do for yourself as your hand finds to do, for Elohim is with you. And you shall go down before me to Gilgal. And see, I am coming down to you to slaughter burnt offerings and make peace offerings. Wait 7 days till I come to you, then I shall make known to you what you should do. And it came to be, when he had turned his back to go from Shemuel, that Elohim gave him another heart. And all those signs came on that day. And they came there to the hill and saw a group of Nebiim to meet him. And the Ruah of Elohim came upon him, and he nabu in their midst. And it came to be, all who knew him formerly looked and saw that he nabu among the Nebiim. So the people said to each other, What is this that has come upon the son of Kish? Is Shaul also among the Nebiim? And a man there answered and said, And who is their father? That is why it became a proverb. Is Shaul also among the Nebiim? And when he stopped Nabah, he went to the high place. And the uncle of Shaul asked him and his servant, Where did you go? And he said, To look for the donkeys. And when we saw that they were nowhere to be found, we went to Shemuel. And the uncle of Shaul said, Please inform me what Shemuel said to you. And Shaul said to his uncle, He informed us plainly that the donkeys had been found, but he did not disclose to him about the matter of the rain what Shemuel had said. And Shemuel called the people together to Yahuwah at Mitzpah, and said to the children of Israel, Thus said Yahuwah, the Elohim of Israel, I have brought Israel up out of Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, and delivered you from the hand of the Mitzrites, and from the hand of all reigns, and from those who oppressed you. And today you have rejected your Elohim, who himself saved you out of all your evils and your distresses. And you have said to him, No, but appoint a sovereign over us. And now present yourselves before Yahuwah by your tribes and by your clans. And Shemuel brought near all the tribes of Israel, and the tribe of Benjamin was taken. Then he brought near the tribe of Benjamin by their clans, and the clan of Matri was taken, and Shaul son of Kish was taken. And when they saw him, he could not be found. And they asked again of Yahuwah, Has the man come here yet? And Yahuwah answered, See, he has hidden by the baggage. And they ran and brought him from there. And he stood in the midst of the people, and he was taller than any of the people, from his shoulders and upwards. And Shemuel said to all the people, Do you see him, whom Yahuwah has chosen, that there is no one like him among all the people? And all the people shouted and said, Let the sovereign live. And Shemuel declared to the people the rulings of the reign, and wrote it in a book, and placed it before Yahuwah. And Shemuel sent all the people away, each to his house. And Shaul went to his house too, to Gibeah. And with him went brave men whose hearts Elohim had touched. But the sons of Belial said, What? Does this one save us? And they despised him, and brought him no presents, but he kept silent. And chapter 11. And Nahash the Ammonite came up and camped against Yabesh Gilead. And all the men of Yabesh said to Nahash, Make a covenant with us, and we shall serve you. Then Nahash the Ammonite answered them, For this I make a covenant with you, that I dig out all your right eyes, and I shall bring reproach on all Israel. And the leaders of Yabesh said to him, Leave us alone for 7 days, so that we send messengers to all the borders of Israel. And then, if there is no one to save us, we shall come out to you. And the messengers came to Gibeah of Shaul, and spoke the words in the hearing of the people. And all the people lifted up their voices and wept. And look, Shaul was coming behind the herd from the field. And Shaul said, Why are the people weeping? And they related to him the words of the men of Yabesh. And the Ruah of Elohim came upon Shaul mightily as he heard these words, and his displeasure burned greatly. And he took a yoke of cattle and cut them in pieces, and sent them throughout all the border of Israel by the hands of messengers, saying, Whoever does not go out with Shaul and Shemuel to battle, let this be done to his cattle. And the reverence of Yahuwah fell on the people, and they came out as one man. And he mustered them in Bezek, and the children of Israel were 300,000, and the men of Yehudah 30,000. And they said to the messengers who came, Say this to the men of Yabesh Galad, Tomorrow by the time the sun is hot you shall have help. And the messengers came and informed the men of Yabesh, and they rejoiced. So the men of Yabesh said, Tomorrow we come out to you, and you shall do to us whatever seems good to you. And it came to be on the next day that Shaul put the people in 3 companies, and they came into the midst of the camp in the morning watch, and smote Ammon until the heat of the day. And it came to be that those left were scattered, that no 2 of them were left together. And the people said to Shemuel, Who said shall Shaul reign over us? Bring the men, so that we put them to death. But Shaul said, No man is put to death this day, for today Yahuwah has wrought deliverance in Israel. And Shemuel said to the people, Come and let us go to Gilgal, and renew the reign there. And the people went to Gilgal, and there they appointed Shaul to reign before Yahuwah in Gilgal. And there they made slaughterings of peace offerings before Yahuwah. And there Shaul rejoiced, and all the men of Israel very greatly. And last chapter, chapter 12. And Shemuel said to all Israel, Look, I have listened to your voice and all that you said to me, and have appointed a sovereign over you. And now look, the sovereign is walking before you. And I am old and gray, and look, my sons are with you. And I have walked before you from my youth to this day. Look, here I am. Witness against me before Yahuwah and before his anointed. Whose ox have I taken, or whose donkey have I taken, or whom have I oppressed? Whom have I abused, or from whose hand have I received any bribe with which to blind my eyes? Then I restore it to you. And they said, You have not oppressed us or abused us, nor have you taken any from anyone's hand. And he said to them, Yahuwah is witness against you, and his anointed is witness today, that you have found naught in my hand. And they answered, He is witness. And Shemuel said to the people, It is Yahuwah who appointed Moshe and Aaron, and who brought your fathers up from the land of Mitzrayim. And now stand still, so that I judge you before Yahuwah concerning all the righteous acts of Yahuwah which he did to you and your fathers. When Jacob had come to Mitzrayim, and your fathers cried out to Yahuwah, then Yahuwah sent Moshe and Aaron, who brought your fathers out of Mitzrayim, and made them dwell in this place. But they forgot Yahuwah their Elohim, and so he sold them into the hand of Sisera, commander of the army of Hatzor, and into the hand of the Pelishtites, and into the hand of the sovereign of Moab, and they fought against them. And they cried out to Yahuwah, and said, We have sinned, because we have forsaken Yahuwah, and served the Baals and Ashtaroth. And now deliver us from the hand of our enemies, and we serve you. And Yahuwah sent Jerubbaal, and Bedan, and Yiftah, and Shemuel, and delivered you out of the hand of your enemies round about, and you dwelt in safety. And when you saw that Nahash, sovereign of the children of Ammon, came against you, you said to me, No, but let a sovereign reign over us, when Yahuwah your Elohim was your sovereign. And now here is the sovereign whom you have chosen, and whom you have asked. And see, Yahuwah has appointed a sovereign over you. If you revere Yahuwah, and shall serve him, and obey his voice, and not rebel against the command of Yahuwah, then both you and the sovereign who reigns over you shall follow Yahuwah your Elohim. But if you do not obey the voice of Yahuwah, and shall rebel against the command of Yahuwah, then the hand of Yahuwah shall be against you as it was against your fathers. And now stand and see this great matter which Yahuwah does before your eyes. Is today not the wheat harvest? Let me call to Yahuwah, so that he sends thunder and rain. Know then and see that your evil is great, which you have done in the eyes of Yahuwah, and asking for yourselves a sovereign. And Shemuel called to Yahuwah, and Yahuwah sent thunder and rain that day. And all the people greatly revered Yahuwah and Shemuel. And all the people said to Shemuel, Pray for your servants to Yahuwah your Elohim, that we do not die, for we have added to all our sins by doing evil and asking for ourselves a sovereign. And Shemuel said to the people, Do not fear, you have done all this evil. Only do not turn aside from following Yahuwah, and you shall serve Yahuwah with all your heart. And do not turn aside after worthlessness, which does not profit or deliver, for they are worthless. For Yahuwah would not cast away his people for his great name's sake, seeing it has pleased Yahuwah to make you his people. Also, as for me, far be it from me that I should sin against Yahuwah in ceasing to pray for you. But I shall teach you the good and straight way. Only revere Yahuwah, and you shall serve him in truth with all your heart, for consider what marvels he has done for you. But if you persist in doing evil, both you and your sovereign are consumed. And that concludes our reading for today. Thanks for joining. Hope you're reading along. And peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.